Good afternoon, students. Until yesterday, we studied about the megaspore and the formation of the megaspore, that is the megasporogenesis. And we also studied about the embryo sac structure, the antipodal cells, polar nuclei, central cell, egg, synergids, and filiform apparatus. And also the different functions which the antipodals, the central cell, the synergids, and the filiform apparatus do in order to help in the process of fertilization. Until now, we only studied about the fertilization process. Now we will study about double fertilization. It's an important definition and also one important topic of this particular chapter. As I already said to you that this chapter altogether, according to the new blueprint or according to the new weightage of marks, this chapter carries the highest marks among the reproduction unit. So in these, the definition, the diagrams, the different diagrams and different explanation of the fertilization process or any other topics are very important. Now coming to this double fertilization. Now, as you already know, what is fertilization? Fertilization is nothing but where the fusion of the male and the female gamete takes place. Yes, you all know the fusion of the male and female gamete to form a diploid zygote, a formation of a diploid zygote by the fusion of the haploid male and female gamete is nothing but fertilization. Now, what do you mean by double fertilization here? So what it is double fertilization? Double fertilization is a process that involves both syngamy and triple fusion. The whole process where it involves syngamy and triple fusion. Now, what do you mean by this? Syngamy is nothing but a normal fertilization process. Syngamy is nothing but a normal fertilization process where the male and the female gamete will fuse together to form a zygote. Yes, the male and the female gamete will fuse together to form a zygote, whereas the triple fusion is something new. Yes, the triple fusion is something new, but altogether the process of syngamy and triple fusion is known as double fertilization. Okay, so you have to remember the definition first. The definition is nothing but the whole process of fertilization that involves both syngamy. What I said about syngamy? Syngamy is nothing but the fusion of male and female gametes. Yes, syngamy is nothing but the fusion of male and female gametes. It's a syngamy. Now, what is triple fusion here? So what happens here? You see here the polar nuclei in the central cell. Yes, you see the polar nuclei in the central cell. So what happens here? The pollen tube will enter inside the synergids. Yes, from the filiform apparatus. It goes and fertilizes the egg. Yes, it goes and fertilizes the egg. Now, this process is known as syngamy, students. Okay, this process is known as syngamy. Once the syngamy takes place, that is the fusion of the male and the female gametes, and which leads to the formation of zygote. Later, what happens? The male gamete which is present, it goes and fertilizes the polar nuclei or the central cell. It goes and fertilizes the central cell. Yes, it goes and fertilizes the central cell. Now, as it goes and fertilizes the central cell, here the fusion takes place. Yes, here the fusion takes place. And as the male gamete enters inside, and fuses with the two polar nuclei, it fuses with the two polar nuclei. Here this process is known as triple fusion. The process is known as triple fusion. Clear? What happens here? the pollen tube enters inside the synergist, goes and fertilizes the egg. After fertilizing the egg, later what happens? It goes and fertilizes the polar nuclei which is present in the central cell. And because there are two polar nuclei present in the central cell, here this process is known as triple fusion. What it is known as? Triple fusion. And as it goes and fertilizes the polar nuclei present in the central cell, or it goes and fertilizes the central cell, it produces primary endosperm nucleus. Okay, as the male and the female gamete, as it fuses to give a zygote, the similar way, what happens? The similar way, the male gamete will go fertilize the central cell, which contains two polar nuclei, and it forms into primary endosperm nucleus. Now, what you have to remember in this double fertilization, students? In double fertilization, you just have to remember it involves the process both syngamy, that is the fusion of the male and the female gamete, and the triple fusion. Okay, now how you will remember it? Now how you will remember it? Like this. This is the male gamete. This is the female gamete. And the fusion of the male and the female gamete, formation of the zygote, is nothing but the syngamy process. Whereas the triple fusion is nothing but where the pollen tube will enter inside the synergist, first fertilize the egg, that is the syngamy process, and later the male gamete goes and fertilizes the central cell containing two polar nuclei, and where it forms the primary endosperm nucleus, and this is double fertilization process. So it's very easy. It's a fertilization that involves both syngamy, that is the fusion of the male and female gamete, and triple fusion, that is the fusion of the male gamete with the central cell, which contains two polar nuclei, forming primary endosperm nucleus. Now, what is this endosperm nucleus? Endosperm is nothing but a nourishing tissue which provides nourishment to the developing embryo. Endosperm provides nourishment to the developing embryo. Now see here, students, this is a embryo sac. Yes. Now what happens here? Here this male gamete enters inside. Yes. One male gamete will go and fertilize the egg, and another male gamete goes and fertilizes the central cell. It goes and fertilizes the central cell. As it fertilizes the central cell, here triple fusion takes place. What takes place? Triple fusion takes place. And as the triple fusion takes place, this forms into endosperm cell, which provides nutrition to the to the growing or the developing embryo, and it forms into zygote. It forms the primary endosperm nucleus, as you see here. It forms the primary endosperm nucleus, and here when it goes and fuses with the egg, it forms the zygote. This is a very important diagram, and double fertilization is an important concept. See here. After entering one of the synergids, the pollen tube releases two male gametes into the cytoplasm of the synergid. Yes, there are a release of the two male gametes. One of the male gamete moves towards the egg cell, and the fusion takes place. That fusion is known as syngamy. This results in the formation of diploid cell, that is zygote. Yes, the male and the female gamete, that is the egg, takes place. So the formation of the zygote takes place. The other male gamete moves towards the polar nuclei located in the central cell and fuses with them to produce a triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Yes, there it forms the PEN, that is the primary endosperm nucleus. It is important. So, as this involves the fusion of 3 haploid nuclei is termed as triple fusion. Yes, the fusion of the 3 haploid nuclei takes place, so it is known as triple fusion. Since 2 types of fusion such as syngamy and triple fusion takes place in the embryo sac, this phenomenon is known as double fertilization. So once again, coming back here after the explanation, so what happens? The pollen tube enters inside the embryo. Yes, it enters inside the embryo sac. One male gamete goes and fertilizes the egg. Another male gamete, it goes and fertilizes the central cell having 2 polar nuclei. One pollen goes and fertilizes the egg, another pollen goes and fertilizes the central cell. The central cell has got how many nuclei? 2 nuclei. Yes, so here the process is normal. That is, the male gamete goes and fertilizes the female egg. And what happens? The zygote formation takes place, and this process is known as syngamy. Whereas when it goes and fertilizes the central cell having 2 nuclei, there becomes 3 nuclei here. How come 3 nuclei? 1 nuclei of the pollen and the other 2 nuclei of the central cell. And it forms the triploid primary endosperm nucleus. That is the primary endosperm nucleus, we call it as PEN. Endosperm is nothing but a nourishing tissue. Endosperm is nothing but a nourishing tissue. It forms the primary endosperm nucleus. Yes, it forms the primary endosperm nucleus. Now what happens? Here the triple fusion takes place, that is a fusion of the 3 nuclei, and here the syngamy takes place, that is a fusion of the male and the female gamete. So because of which both the processes takes place, triple fusion, that is a fusion of the 3 nuclei forming an endosperm, and here the pollen grain goes and fertilizes the egg, forming it into a zygote. So altogether there are 2 processes. So it is known as double fertilization. So it is known as double fertilization. Is it clear? Now coming to pollination. The transfer of the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a pistil is called as pollination. Yes, the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a pistil is known as pollination. That means what happens here? The pollen grains, the pollen grains move from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or a different flower. Anther to the stigma of the same flower or different flower. So here the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a pistil is called as pollination. The transfer of the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a pistil is called as pollination. Now, based on the source of pollen, based on the source of the pollen, pollination is of 3 types: autogamy, geitonogamy, and xenogamy. Okay, now we will know what are these 3. First, you should know this is an important definition. The transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a pistil, or the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or a different flower is called as pollination. And pollination is one of the important processes in the fertilization. It is one of the important processes in the fertilization. Now, based on the source of the pollen, means based on the source of the transfer of the pollen, how does the transfer takes place within the same flower or different flower, or within the same flower or within the same flower of the same plant? Based upon that, the pollination is of 3 types. How many types? 3 types. That is autogamy, geitonogamy, and xenogamy. Okay, there are 3 types: autogamy, geitonogamy, and xenogamy. So let us know what are these. It is important, students. It is important again. So autogamy, the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. The transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Now, how does it take place? Here, the pollination takes place within one flower. Pollination takes place within one flower. See, autogamy is nothing but transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Means the pollination takes place within this one flower. There is no involvement of the other flower at all. Yes, the pollen grains transfer takes place within the same flower. Now, there are 2 types conditions here. There are 2 types. There are based upon the autogamy, that is the self-pollination process. Okay, that is the self-pollination process. There are 2 types of flower: chasmogamous flower and cleistogamous flower. How many types of flower? 2 types of flower: chasmogamous flower and cleistogamous flower. Now, first you need to remember what is autogamy. Autogamy is nothing but it is a self-pollination process. What it is? It is a self-pollination process. And in the self-pollination process, what happens? The transfer of the pollen grains, the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma happens in one flower, within one flower. Okay, it takes place within one flower. So here there are some of the conditions of the self-pollination. There are some of the conditions for the self-pollination process. Like the first condition is closeness of the stigma and the anther. Yes, the stigma and the anther has to be placed closer so that the self-pollination can take place very easily. For example, if they are not closer, if they are not in this place, not in a proper conditions, or they are not placed together, so there can be cross-pollination. There are chances of cross-pollination, and also there are chances that there can be no proper self-pollination taking place. But what happens in autogamous flower? In most of the autogamous flower, it has to be like placed closely. Clear? It has to be placed closely so that the self-pollination can take place easily. Okay, the self-pollination can take place easily. That is the transfer of the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma within the same flower. Okay, if